In this tutorial I will show you how to configure the Weidmüller router to work as an DHCP server. First, we will learn what DHCP is. Then we think about why to use it. And last, we will look at the setup and what we need for it. DHCP stands for Dynamic Host Configuration Protocol, and it is used to provide the network settings like IP address, subnet mask, and gateway to clients newly connected to a network. This protocol assigns IP addresses from a predefined range of IP addresses. And you don't have to configure each client by yourself. In machinery, it is mostly common to set static IP addresses as you typically want to know which device has which address. But in some cases, you might not know the unused IPs or the address range at all. Then it is more convenient to set up a DHCP server like shown here on a router. A typical example is the service interface for the service computer. With DHCP service, the service technician has only to plug in his computer and will get all necessary configuration for the router. Now we are going to talk about our training setup. First is that we are going to work with the line topology. Then we have to connect the router. Next, we change a few settings in the router and set the IP range. Lastly, we just must enable the DHCP function at the devices. Call the Weidmüller router web interface. Log into the router with your credentials. Go to Configurations, then Services, and then DHCP Server. Check the checkbox at DHCP Server. Then select the LAN interface. Next type at starting IP, for example 192.168.1.51. And at end IP type 192.168.1.98. This is the IP range. The router gives one random IP from this pool to the device and don't use one IP more than one time. Last, set the IP lease time. This defines how long a device is allowed to use an assigned IP address. When the time expires, the device requests a new IP address from the router. Now save the configurations by clicking on Apply Settings. Then wait until the settings were saved. Now you can write the settings on the flash memory. Only then the settings will be available after a power cycle, otherwise the settings will be lost with a new power cycle. Open the switch web interface and log into the switch. I will show the process once and you have to repeat it on the other switches. First go to Basic Settings. Then navigate to IP Setting. Now you just have to change the state of the IP assignment by clicking on the drop-down menu and then select DHCP. Last, you have to save the settings by clicking on Apply. Now we can check if it works. Therefore, we go to the router interface and to the DHCP settings. And there we look at the tab State. Maybe you have to reload the list and then there you can see an entry and the new IP address from your device. Call this IP address, then you can see that it worked. Now you can write the settings to the flash memory of the switch. Now I will show you how it works on a Windows PC. First go to the Control Panel, then to Network and Internet, and next go to Network and Sharing Center. Now click on Change Adapter Settings. Select your adapter, make a right-click on it and go to Properties. Maybe you have to enter your password. Now select Internet Protocol version 4, TCP IPv4, and go to Properties. Make sure the radio button, Obtain an IP address automatically, is checked. Now click OK and then click Close. Let's check if the IP address has been set. Go to the terminal by clicking Windows and R, enter CMD, and click Enter. Now enter in the terminal IP config and hit Enter. Now you can see if an IP address is set. Now you have learned what DHCP is and how to set it up on the Weidmüller router.